Hey people, this is Sam from Ecommerce, and today I'm going to be doing another Google Ads audit. I'm going to be looking at their search and display campaigns, so let's get into it. Let's go. Okay guys, so today I'll do another Google Ads audit in someone's account. This is a real account with real strategies, and I hope that this is going to be very useful for you. I'm showing all the opportunities that I found, the low-hanging fruit, as I walk through each part of the account here. Keep in mind that these audit videos are quite advanced, so if you're just getting started with your e-commerce store and Google Ads, keep that in mind. Don't get overwhelmed and just take what you can and compare it to your own Google Ads account. Pay attention to the recommendations I make and keep them in mind as you keep watching more and more of my audit videos, and you'll start to pick up a lot of the mindset as I approach these stores. Okay, so out of respect for the owner's privacy, I blurred out all their personal details and the brand in this account. What I can tell you is it's a sunglasses and snow goggles brand in Australia. They had a lot of foundations in the account, so what I recommended was the things that we would need to change to really scale this bad boy up. Let's get into it, but guys, please, if you find this video useful and you're learning a lot from these audits, please hit the thumbs up button. That really helps me. It tells YouTube, hey, this guy's making great content for his audience. I really wish that when I was learning digital marketing that I had these audit videos, because it helps because you can see inside my brain as I look at these accounts. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Hey man, Sam here. I'm just gonna have a quick look at your Google Ads account, provide some quick recommendations to improve things in the short term. Just so you can fix up a few little things if you'd like, and yeah, we might revisit this in a few months, as you said. So first off, a lot of the changes you've made, like I don't know the history that you've had with this account, like the strategy behind it, because you may be thinking different things. I'm just going to give my perspective on a fresh look. But of course, you know, you're a marketer, I'm a marketer, you've got your own idea behind stuff. And so I might say something that you're just like, oh, that's not why I did that, or this is this. I'm just going to provide my recommendations I'll go through. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, so I'm going to check out, what I like to do first is check out the settings of the campaign. So in the search campaign, go into the settings, let's check things out. Okay, cool. I would definitely remove these. This is the other search networks. So you're going to show on like Gumtree and stuff like that, or like that's the search partners. So other search networks that Google has like a partnership with, and you've also got display network. You don't want to show this on display network. You can actually go into the campaign, go to all campaigns and go back to campaigns. You can unsegment them here by network and see the performance. We'll see. Okay, cool. So you spent $100 on search partners. Hasn't really, it's shown a few times on display network, but hasn't got any clicks. But yeah, so like that's, you know, the majority of traffic comes from Google search. All the accounts I ordered, you know, this always performs way worse. The search partners and display, terribly. It always performs terribly. People just aren't expecting like Google Ads there. You know, they go to Gumtree or whatever it is, the other partners, and they're searching for second-hand sort of stuff. They're not expecting to go to another store. They get directed like that. So yeah, so I recommend excluding those. Let's go back into it. And in the settings. Okay, cool. So that's, yeah, I would deselect both of those. In the location settings, so you're targeting Australia, I would change this to the second one. So this is basically, you may have heard about this before, but Google has all these recommended settings, and they really want you to spend more money basically without you noticing. Like that's a long and short of it. They're trying to increase their revenue, and they have all these recommendations when there's very few situations where this would be a good option. And what it's saying is that people that can show interest in Australia, you'll show your ads to. And so there are going to be people that are searching that might be overseas, say in the US, New Zealand even, or the UK or anywhere else. They might search for a hotel in Sydney, and then they might go and search for ski goggles or whatever it is, and then they're going to see your ad, when really you only want to show to people that you can ship to. And if you're only shipping in Australia, then it makes sense to put it in the second one, people in or regularly in your target locations. To give you an example of this, I've got one client, and when they started with me, I did an audit like this, and they'd spent 20K in a year, and they sold little baby shoes in Australia, and they'd spent 15% of their budget with this, like 15% of the budget came from people outside of Australia they couldn't ship to, they couldn't sell to, and they had all those clicks. So that was like $3,000 of their budget, which is like, it's a decent chunk, you know, depending on how much you're spending, it's a pretty decent amount. So just by changing that, you know, I saved them a crap ton of money. So I recommend doing that. I wouldn't use this bidding strategy personally. Maximize clicks can work really well if you are, basically if you're doing like opportunity campaigns, so you're searching for opportunities. But as well, it can work really well as kind of like a bit of a niche strategy with shopping. I won't go into that, but it's all about branding mostly because they're really cheap clicks. What this does is it basically says to Google, go and try and get the cheapest clicks possible and to fit into my budget. And so it's not like a really good metric to follow, because you want to find the clicks or the searches or the people that are more likely to convert and are going to reduce your cost per conversion. So I would change this at least to manually at the start, and then later work towards going towards something like a target ROAS, and make sure you adjust that profitably on a profit basis. So the ad rotation, if you're testing the ads and you're watching what's performing, I would choose do not optimize. So it's going to show each of your ads in an ad group at an even level. The problem I've seen with optimize, it's only if you're testing things all the time, but basically, Google will start preferring certain ads for kind of arbitrary metrics. So it looks at CTR, which is still like a good metric for someone clicking your ad, but we really care about conversions and cost per conversion, that sort of thing. But Google will start showing your ad more, like one of the ads, it's had like a few more clicks than the other ads, and Google will go, oh, that's a good ad, boom. And then the other ad doesn't even have enough time to be tested properly. So we use software for this, and we run their ads through there and pause the loser and change the winner and that sort of thing. But that's what I do. But that if you're not testing the ads, then that's like a waste of time. I saw you had all these different ad groups. It's really good. I think you got to set up with the SKAGS method, which is really good too. So like this ski goggles one has got the most clicks. You've got broad match, modified phrase, and exact match, and a lot of conversions for like a conversion for each at least. Really interesting, because the cost per conversion is really high. We're adjusting it manually. You'd be able to adjust the bids on that level, but that's like much more deeper into the PPC side of things. I think the biggest thing you want to watch out for is just negative keywords. Make sure you have enough like negative keywords to cover all those. You've got a decent amount, 130. But just looking at the search terms and going, okay, what's actually converted in all time, like the last how many months that's been. But I would pull these out, like, because it looks like, that's converted 1.5 times, because you've got the position-based conversions. But that is converted, a decent amount of times that, what's the conversion rate? 4%. So bad. So I would go in and create a new ad group, or even a new campaign just targeting the brand, because you said the brand terms really come up a couple of times here. So like I wonder if I go down to see. I could go to the next page. Yeah, that's what I would look into, is improving, like getting a branding campaign up and targeting those sort of keywords, just because there's massive opportunity there to pull those people in rather than them going to a competitor. But yeah, I would look at these and go, okay, ski goggles, I think you've got that as exact match regardless. Let me go back to keywords. Sorry, oops. Yeah, ski goggles, and that really had 1.5 conversions, but it spent a lot of money to get to that point. That'd be really interesting to see how much clicks it's got. That's really interesting, because it's got that's really interesting, probably because it's like variations, but spent $900, but then I go into here, ski goggles gives $90. Here it is. Yeah, so it's separated them out a little. Sorry, I couldn't read, there's a typo. So yeah, so that one there has got so many clicks but only had half a conversion. So that might just be like a keyword that's just too broad, and so I would pull out all these ones that have like polarized, all these extra words on the end that actually indicate higher buying intent. Ski goggles Australia, branding keywords and stuff like that. And I would target those. That's what I would do. I'm going deep into the big strategy. This isn't like low-hanging fruit that you could fix right now. This is pretty much just like fixing the whole structure of the campaign. You've got a really good foundation here, and it's all just about like building out all those different ad groups with the SKAGS method, basically, to find those good ones. Cool. I won't go into that too much, but I think you're definitely on the right track. I didn't look at the quality scores though. That would be interesting to see. Oops, no quality score. Oh, okay, cool. I need to add in the other one. My bad. Okay. Any page experience. But let me do it by clicks. Yeah, so that's something to really think about. These are all like, for this is your most important like popular keyword. That's only got 4 out of 10 quality score. It is broad match modified, so that's that happens. In terms of ads for this one, yeah, they're not bad. These ones here, I wonder if these were made by Google, because there's auto-applied ad suggestions. So Google has all those recommendations, and if you don't turn off the setting, they're just going to start applying all these really terrible recommendations. Like these ads are really small, and yeah, those are not good ads. They're not bad, but you want to be testing these. The click-through rate difference between these two is pretty interesting. So like I would work on improving those, even the conversions between those. Anyway, so that's enough for those. But that's a deep strategy getting into that. For your display campaign, let me check out the settings as well. It might be the same as the other one. Cool. So check the locations. Yeah, I would change that. Bidding, that's not bad, but I wouldn't put on an enhanced CPC until you're getting 30 conversions per month at least. keep it on manual. That's fine. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Big thing on this one is like the ad group didn't look too bad. Like it looked really good. The biggest thing you want to look at is the audiences, because at the moment, like I'm not sure if you created some retargeting audiences yet for Google Ads, but that's where like a lot of the good thing is, because here, you know, you're getting all these people that are in just men's clothing, which is really, really broad. It's like massive, 100 to 500 million people. Impressions weekly, sorry, my bad. So weekly impressions, that's like so big and too broad. And going like, that's much better. Polarized sunglasses, that's much better. Sunglasses much more targeted, because that's going to eat up your budget big time. And it's just too broad. Like that's any age, any that sort of thing. So that's something to really think about. That's better. You got ski goggles in there though, and I think that the ads are only for sunglasses. But yeah, I'll get the retargeting in there. Maybe even, yeah, I'll put that in there. And what you want to do is basically, when you go into the audiences, you want to, where is it? It's, okay. Cool. Is it there? Prices. Okay. Check that out. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'd really just improve the audiences for that one. That's pretty much everything, man. It's, you know, it's a really good start, really good foundation, and there's a lot of good data in there. I think that's absolutely awesome. It just does need a bit of TLC, a bit of ongoing love. I'm not sure how often you're actually in the account doing some work. I think there's definitely opportunity here, massive, like branding, big time branding of the different brands of products, but also, okay, I think this might be, okay, yeah, different brands. This must be the, where's the old, you said that was an old guy, I can't remember where it was. Get more traffic. Yeah, these guys. You know, it's not too bad, but anyway, yeah, I hope that helps. A few little things, especially in the campaign settings, to fix up. But a lot of the stuff does require, you know, a bit of keeping your eyes on top of things, and putting that in that time. But I hope that helps, man. All the best with everything. Please let me know if you have any questions and if I can help any more. If you have any other accounts you'd like me to look at, I'm happy to do that too. No problem at all. All right, have a good day, man. Take care. Bye.
Okay, so that's the audit for that snow goggles and sunglasses brand. I really hope you found that helpful for your own account and your own strategies. If you have any questions about any of the strategies that I recommended, any of the low-hanging fruit, any questions at all, please just leave them in the comments below. I'm gonna try and answer every single one of you, and I'll give you all the knowledge I can, so just ask below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If this video was helpful, smash that like button. This tells YouTube that I'm making great content for my audience and it's really helping you in your journey to scaling your own e-commerce store. If you wanna see more content just like this one, more tutorials, more case studies, and more Google Ads audit videos, smash the subscribe button. I'm going to be releasing a lot of content just like this, where I'm teaching you guys how to scale your e-commerce store with all these different strategies. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.